Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen has not scored fewer than 15.5 fantasy points. That dates back to week 6. He's $7,700 this week at the 3-11 Texans. So chase or fade Allen as a receiver you should pay up for, Steve.
Yeah, look, I mean, this is the most expensive we've seen him all season long. And, you know, it's really because he scored 3 touchdowns over the last 2 games. But, I mean, you take away some of those games, like, he's not exactly bringing back value on how expensive he's gotten now. He needs to score at this point to bring back that value at a season high 7,700. Like, it's such a crap answer, but it's like, if I'm going to consider Keenan Allen at 77, then I'm just trying to do whatever I can to get Cooper Kupp in, who's consistently going over 100 yards in every single game. Now he faces the Vikings, like such a poor secondary. Like, come on. I mean, what are we going to see here again? Like another 100 yards? Like, yes, that's most likely what's going to happen here. You know, he's seen double-digit targets in 6 straight games now. So, you know, Keenan Allen is a fine option, but at his season-high salary, I can't say I'm going out of my way to take him this week.
All right, Geoff, more than 19 fantasy points scored in 3 of the last 4 games.
Yeah, I'll chase this one. I mean, I think this is a week where you're going to find a lot of value, like even at the quarterback position. And we already went over some running backs that you can throw in there. And I think wide receiver, you need to pay up and probably for multiple positions. Yeah, I mean, look, if it comes down to Cooper Kupp or Keenan Allen, like, please try and get up to Cooper Kupp. But Keenan Allen, I mean, like, when's the last time he didn't get you 10 fantasy points? I don't think it actually has happened this year. The Chargers are just very good at getting in front and then letting the other team come back. And they're like, oh, we got to pass the ball again. So Keenan Allen always ends up with 10 targets. He may not have the slate-breaking type of games that Cooper Kupp does, but he's also not going to, you know, completely bust. And you look at the wide receiver position. I mean, I tried to make Deontay Johnson happen last week, but like that with Ben Roethlisberger, you can't trust him. Jamar Chase has gone cold. He could bounce back this week, but who else can you trust? DK Metcalf? No, I mean, there's nobody else. So I think you pay up for Keenan Allen. I think you probably also pay up for Cooper Kupp this week.
Pearce, do you pay up for him? Keenan Allen?
No, I'm going to fade. If you're one of the 5 people Geoff mentioned playing cash games, then he's probably not a bad play. But GPPs, you're going to want to get up to Kupp if you can. It's pretty tough. I would even consider going to Tyreek Hill before I went to Keenan Allen. Where I would go is go down to Jamar Chase and GPPs. We know what he can give you upside-wise in a decent match, or a really good matchup against Baltimore. We saw him get 2 touchdowns in that previous game. And then just speaking of Cincinnati, there's a lot of value there as well with your receivers. I mean, Steve called Tyler Boyd last week. He found the end zone. You look at the last time Baltimore faced Cincinnati, T. Higgins had a big game. I'm much more likely to roster Cincinnati receivers than I am Keenan Allen.